and welcome to AIXTRON's full year 2023 investor presentation as an extract for seat 11A. My name is Carsten Werle. I'm Director Investor Relations Interim at AIXTRON, and I'm very happy to provide you our numbers and also our guidance for 2024 and beyond. For those of you who do not know AIXTRON that well, I would like to start first of all with who we are and what we do. AIXTRON is a leading global provider of deposition equipment to the semiconductor industry, and our high-tech tools are used in a wide range of fields which are related to compound semiconductors and optoelectronic applications. And keywords that you might associate with our products are lasers, LED, display technologies, SiC, so silicon carbide and gallium nitride, power electronics, and wireless or optical data transmissions. We are located in the far west of Germany, and last year we celebrated our 40th birthday. Speaking on the highlights 2023 reporting, first of all, it's of course worth taking a look back and look at the 2023 results itself. And they showed a strong continuation of our growth trajectory. We delivered our guidance with 36% year-on-year revenue growth, even higher growth rates, 50% in EBIT and 45% in net profit. And this was particularly driven by a very strong final quarter of the year, which showed revenues, profit and margins significantly. We've published first time the proposal of the executive of the supervisory board to our AGM to pay a dividend of 0.40 to shareholders, corresponding to 31% payout ratio, also well above the number for last year. And then we provided a guidance for 2024 for the new year, as well as first time a guidance for the following year, so 2025. So looking at the strength of the 2023 results, it's worth to look at things from a kind of historical pattern. So on page number 3, looking at things in historical comparison, you see that 2023 indeed was a very strong year, with 630 million, 36% higher than the previous year and also the years before. And you also see that the 2024 revenue guidance that are already provided to you, 630 to 720 million, would mean another increase. And the strong pattern is also underlined by the next chart on page number 4, where we are looking at the quarterly revenues. And you see that in particular, the fourth quarter 2023 was extremely strong and also supporting the continuous growth of our businesses. On page number 5, you find an overview of our technology portfolio. And there are 4 big keywords that you should have in mind. It's gallium nitride power, silicon carbide power. So this is the power management part of business. And on the other hand, you have optoelectronics and LED business. And which role they played in 2023 and which role they are going to play beyond, we would see on the following pages. On page number 6, you see the revenue split for 2023. In the middle part, this is exactly what we looked at the previous page. So 75% of the revenue in 2023 came from power electronics. This is a somewhat higher share than we used to have. Speaks for the strength of these products, and also that in 2023, more than we would expect for the new year, the other topics were a little less relevant than they used to be. On the left, you see a split with respect to equipment and after-sales revenues, and you see equipment is really the bulk of revenues, but still after-sales is an important driver here, and we could expect this 15% number also to go somewhat up in coming years. Regional split is largely diversified. We have a strong part of business going to Asia, but also Americas and Europe play important roles here. What does this mean in numbers? So for 2024, we have a revenue guidance of 630 to 720 million, as you've already heard before. We would expect gross margins to be between 43 and 45% and EBIT margin between 24 and 26%. There will be a slight burden, as we assume, on the gross margin and the EBIT margin in 2024, which will afterwards correct again. What should this be? We expect, when you look at our split of products, we expect a strong contribution in 2024 from traditional LED business. And this is the business within our product portfolio, which has a somewhat weaker margin than the others. So overall, this could have a dampening effect on our company gross margin of 1 to 2 percentage points. And we will expect this included in this 2024 guidance, but presumably bouncing back afterwards again to higher number. EBIT margin, what you have to take into account here, 2024 is likely to be a peak year in R&D expenses. We had 88 million of R&D expenses in 2023. We expect a mid-single-digit million euro amount increase, so somewhat above 90 million in 2024. And this is likely to be a peak year because we do the final development on our G10 product family while we're already investing in the successor products. When you look at the right part of the chart, you see that a significant part of the business that we expect in 2024 results from our order backlog. So this means this is business we already have in our books. And then you may have noted that we have changed to some extent guidance structure with the 2024 numbers. And this particularly relates to the order intake guidance. We have skipped that. Why have we done this? So the feedback that we got from some of you, but also when we are looking at previous reportings, was that it brought a significant amount of volatility in our numbers. And this was sometimes simply related by the fact that if there are huge orders, it makes a significant role in terms of quarterly reporting, whether you book it into the third quarter on the 30th of September or whether it just falls in the final quarter of the year. And this is the reason why we wanted to substitute this order intake guidance by another means, so an indication for the following year. So we first time gave an indication to you for also 2025 with the final results for 2023. And we indicated a strong increase in revenues also in 2025. So even a somewhat stronger wording than we used for 2024, which should then also give you some indication how strong the growth could be that we expect in the following year. And also to reduce quarterly surprises, we first time indicated a quarterly guidance for sales, 100 to 120 million for the first quarter 2024. You see this is less than a fourth of 2024, and then of course the full year guidance would still be intact. But it's significantly better than the numbers that we saw in the first quarter of the year in 2022 and in 2023. And also this underlines, from our perspective, the continuous growth track on which we are. A very important topic for our company is the build-up of the new Innovation Center. For those who follow us, you will know we started this project already last year. You see a relatively up-to-date photo from our building site. It's even a bit further now. We are fully on track with respect to schedule, and we expect a finalization somewhere later this year. We are building here 1,000 square meter of new clean room, which can be used for all our product categories. It's very flexible, and it will allow us to fortify our innovations and development on our new products, also raise competitivity of our firm. It's a cost burden of roughly 100 million euro and not so important, of course, for the P&L in 2023 and 2024, but it is for the cash flow. And this is something which you might have in mind when you think about the perspectives of our free cash flow. This will still be a significant burden in 2024, but it should not be in 2025 and beyond. For those of you who look very much at investments from an ESG angle and perhaps also from a taxonomy angle, you will have probably already noticed we have very high figures with respect to taxonomy alignment, and this relates both to revenues, to CapEx, and also to OpEx. CapEx is particularly high, also related to the Innovation Center that we just looked at. And the fundamental background why the numbers are so high is that we very much focus on technologies which are energy efficient and which should help reduce energy consumption. And with these remarks, thank you very much for your attendance, this presentation. And whenever you have any questions or feedback, please give me a shout, call me, write me an email, and we will always be happy to help you. Thank you very much.